Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
This what I tell 'em. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. How to code, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with a topic session with my guy, Jeermal, Mr. Me Too, Sylvester. Always a treat when the good guys get to meet.
Man, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we've done some sessions together, done some content together, have done some work together in person, and truly blessed for that. Enjoyed that experience, but just want to get on and do a topic session over discipline and consistency to maintain success. We were having a conversation of talking about success and reaching a certain level of success, but then when you get to that level, there's another set of skills or different things that you have to add on to that. And so just wanted to talk a little bit about discipline and consistency to maintain success. And so I'll let you go, man. Just kind of shoot on what you want to hit on that, and then we'll have a good time.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, brother. Man, it's a blessing to be connected to people that are like-minded, like quality. And you said it in our previous discussion. I truly believe that we have the same heart.
Yeah.
And so I'm thankful for the relationship and the brotherhood that we're, I won't say we're forming, that we're growing.
There you go.
And from your book, we're growing through our go-through together.
Sir. Yes, sir.
And I appreciate it. And as far as the topic on discipline and consistency, I think being I won't even say a former athlete. I'm still an athlete. I still have an athlete spirit and mindset about everything that I do. I'm still very competitive. I still want to be the best at whatever it is that I'm doing.
Period.
And discipline is probably, it's got to be in the top three things as an athlete for those of us who want it or want to be the best at what we do. You have to be disciplined, because there's going to be times where you won't want to do what's expected of you. You won't want to get up at 5 and go to them early morning workouts. You won't want to run suicides. You feel like you're at a place where you feel like I shouldn't have to do that because I've arrived or I'm the man. And so I think good is the enemy of great.
Yes.
And those of us that know how to separate ourselves from those that are good have to be disciplined and become highly skilled at being disciplined, because discipline for me has allowed me to do some great things on and off the court, and the lack thereof of discipline has allowed me to do some not so great things on and off the court. And so discipline is very important, and it ties into consistency. I think in the dictionary they should be either in front or right in back of each other, either way you do it. I think they need to be really close, because in that discipline, I think that without consistency, you can be disciplined on Monday, but then what about Tuesday? And then what about Wednesday? And so the consistency is, I think, and it just came to me right now, consistency is what gives discipline its meat or its value. Consistency is what gives discipline its value, because I could be disciplined, but if I'm not consistent in that discipline, then am I really disciplined? Or how will people value, or how will people view that discipline, that I'm so-called saying that I'm in, and whatever aspect or whatever area that I'm saying that I'm disciplined in. And so I think that as athletes, and I'm sure you can attest to this, my coaches didn't teach me how to transfer the things that I learned or the things that I was able to go through and really master as an athlete. They didn't teach me how to transfer those things into life and then into work. Like it's been on the job training for me through the whole flick. And so I fall down, I scrape my knees, I bump my head, I get back up, I dust myself off, and I'm like, man, okay, that didn't work. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I done fell down a bunch of times doing the same thing until I finally got it. Yeah. But I had that coach who I looked up to, or that coach who I put trust in, had told me, hey, now, Jeermal, let's be honest. You're a great basketball player, but you're not going to play basketball forever. And so, you know, as I remember when you came to us and you weren't as good of a player. Remember the things that you did to take yourself from where you were to where you want to be. And so that's what our mission or our goal in life has to be about, closing the gap. And the only way you can close the gap is through discipline and through consistency.
Man, I love that. So many great things you hit on, you know, being highly skilled at being disciplined. Consistency is, you know, what gives discipline its value. And I love that. And how you hit on the level of skills and, I don't know, applying those skills of what you learn in your sport to everything, every arena in your life, man. And I love how you kind of broke that down. I think for me, I think the first way I look at it is, you know, I think that there's levels to success. You know, I've interviewed people and, you know, we talk success, you know, in my own personal journey of success. I think success has seasons, has phases, has, you know, different levels. And, you know, at each season, phase, level, you know, your definition of what success is to you is different. Right. And so I think, you know, really when you look at it, those little successes equal one big success, I guess, if you want to look at it in that way. But then as we talked about off air, you know, there's a different skill set at each one. And you're going to be a freshman all over again.
Right.
You know, at each level. Okay, it's fast again. I'm going to be a freshman all over again. But what you have to do is you have to embrace that process. And in that process, have that discipline and consistency. And what happens with discipline, I think I totally agree. I think they go hand in hand, should be close to each other in the dictionary. You know, I think discipline allows you the freedom to be disciplined. You know, so I mean, I think, you know, the more you can, and we talk about this before, 2 reps make you better. You know, the more you can have discipline within that, the more freedoms you will be given because you've shown that you are disciplined. Right. You know, the more leeway you will get. And so I think that will allow you to maintain your success. And then consistency, man, when you look at consistency, I think that's the magic word, because I think what it does is it builds trust. I think you build self-trust because you show yourself that, hey, I can achieve those things. But then, you know, also it shows others around you. It builds trust within them too, because they see that you're consistent and you're disciplined. You know, so you're going, like, you know, we want to get him to rock. Right. You know, like we know he's been on it, he's been working, and he deserves that. So I think when you do those things, when you are disciplined and consistent in all phases, all areas of your life, you do nothing but grow, maintain your success. But even more than that, I think it allows you a sense of heightened awareness, because you know, it allows you to be aware of the things that's going on around you, so that you can see, okay, what do I need to do next? Okay, what's coming? Right. You know, like, for example, and this is one thing, I interviewed a softball lady the other day. She's on the USA softball team.
Oh, wow.
She was a 4-time All-American at Alabama on their softball team, playing like they went to championship like 3 years, you know, like, and we were talking about this same thing, maintaining success. So she was saying that, like, as a freshman, you know, I would watch a video and look at what people were throwing me and how I hit. And so I knew that all of the other teams would see the same video. So then now in the off season, I prepared myself for the things that I wasn't successful at.
Okay.
You know, because I had already mastered that, you know, and they saw it and they would throw me. So they're not going to throw me those same pitches as a sophomore.
Right.
You know, and so within that, man, is a discipline right there. Like who can train yourself to go work on your weaknesses? You know what I'm saying?
Most of us athletes at some stage or point in our lives, we avoided that. We didn't like that. But that's, once again, that's how you separate the good from the great. It's
Without
the
a
great
doubt.
ones that are willing to say, you know what, hey, you know, I ain't so good. I'm a lefty. And so everybody used to be like forcing right. Well, what happened was they created a monster.
Yeah.
Because what happened for me was I learned how to go better right, and I would rather go right more than I went left. So I would start laughing when they would sit on my left hand.
And it set
Like,
you up.
actually,
Oh,
this is
you
where I
about
want
to
to
get
go.
it. You about to get it.
But had I not accepted that, and I've watched players who they stayed the same way. And I think one thing that I learned well after the ball stopped bouncing for me was, you talked about it's freshman all over again. And what I learned after I left school and what I've been able to teach youngsters who have come into, you know, my life and I've been able to train was, when you're a freshman, as your freshman year, you have to, when you train and you prepare, you need to be preparing to be a sophomore.
Yes.
So that, and I think that that's what happened. So when I left high school and I got to Ball State, I still had a senior in high school mindset in college. And so I went to another level and I had a lower level mindset. And while I was a great player, those guys had already been in the mix. They had been through battle. They had been through the two-a-days. And I didn't know what none of that was. High school practice and college practice are two different worlds. But then the level of expectation with school and all of those other requirements, study tables. And so I didn't know. And so I struggled as a freshman. But then my freshman year, all I did was prepare to be a freshman when I knew that I was going to be a sophomore. And so I struggled again when I became a sophomore. And like I said, I didn't really figure it out until I was done with basketball, that whatever season you're going into, you need to be preparing for what you're going to now. You don't got time, because you can't do it during the season because you got games.
Right.
And so during the summer, instead of me preparing for my senior year, I should have been preparing to be a freshman. And had I did that, I had a great senior year. I probably would have had a phenomenal senior year, because I would have been on a whole nother level of training, of thinking, of expectation, discipline, consistency, because I would have knew that there was another level that I needed to attain in order. And once again, now that's why cats go to college and they come back home. Well, you wasn't prepared to be a freshman. And so you got there and that expectation far exceeded what you were prepared for, and then you dropped the ball. And now you back at the crib.
And that's unacceptable.
Right.
Yeah. That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Well,
but for a lot of people, it's been, and it's sad to say that it's been the exception.
Mm-hmm.
It's been the exception where we got cats and they go and they come back home, and man, it's kind of like, man, you know, like almost like, man, we get it, we understand. Instead of, but who can tell that cat, hey man, I don't know what you don't take nothing out them bags. I'm finna drive you back down to school. Yeah. Where are those people at? And a lot of those guys don't have those people. And the only person that could tell you something like that is somebody who came home too, and it didn't work out. And so we need more people to start accepting their failure for the betterment of the people who are coming after them, who are in the midst of failing or who have failed, who need to know that failing and staying home ain't good. You need to get your butt back down there and figure it out.
Man, I love
because
it.
I'm proof that staying home, it don't work.
Yeah.
You know?
That's good stuff, man. Well, it's always a great time chopping it up with you.
Yes, sir.
Discipline and consistency to maintain success. And hope you guys enjoy the session. Hope you can take some nuggets from it to help you in your life and help those loved ones around you. And again, my man, thank you so much for your time.
Man, I appreciate you, brother, always.
All right. Well, thank you guys for checking out this session. We'll see you next time. God bless.
God bless.
Go get it.